Well, I don't know what to do. Very unusual for Adam. Okay, so feel free to mute yourselves. I guess I'll mute you. Why the heck not? And oh, Pega never got talked to. Hey, Pega, you there? Talking up a minute. I'm mute. I'm talking to people I've just muted. Very smart. All right. So I think you should all be able to hear me and see me, which is wonderful. Oh, I got to put my little ear things in. There's always some technical issue, isn't there? Let's try this now. See if I can make this work. Because that way you'll get better sound once I'm in the back of the room. All right, let's see if this is going to talk. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you all, and I just want to check that you can all hear me okay, because I just changed my sound system to my earpod thing. So could somebody tell me if you can hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Great, okay.
Yes, fine.
Bouncing you back into mute mode. Thank you for letting me know. Okay.
It says I'm unmuted by the host.
I don't know who that is, but mute yourself.
Okay.
Go ahead and mute away. All right. Why can't I see myself? I don't know. Sorry, I got to keep messing with this. Hey, Pega, can you mute yourself? Because I think it's blocking my screen from me being able to see me. That's odd. All I see is your name, Pega, so I need you to mute yourself. Okay, I think I did it. Still don't see me. Okay, whatever. Who needs to see me? Not me.
But we do for the recording, don't we?
Still hearing people. That's weird.
Yeah, I overrode my mute to ask if we need to see you for the recording.
Can't you see me?
I can, but if you can't see yourself, is it still recording?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just a thing. It's fine. It's recording just fine. And you'll see me. If you can see me with full screen, that's what you're going to see on the recording. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thanks. Okay, let's start this class. All right, welcome. Welcome to a little Qigong action. Let's start with Juju Yang Shang. So Juju Yang Shang, you want to turn the hips. Continuous moving, rolling motion with the hips, keeping the legs straight as you do it. Ignore me as I check my phone. Okay, and I'm back. So Juju Yangshan is the Qigong system of Master Jiashu San. And this is his first exercise, and maybe in some ways the most fundamental exercise of the Juju Yangshan system. So this is a deceptively simple Qigong, because it is simple, but it's very profound. Keep your legs totally straight. Don't bend at the knee. Breathe out into your belly. If you can time it, then breathe out as your belly comes forward. Let your arms float a little bit. Keep the hands open. Keep the head still. So even though your body is moving, as your hips and your waist are moving, your head should remain centered right in the middle. And that means that as your hips move towards the left, the right side of your neck will open up. And as your hips move towards the right, the left side of your neck, you start to get this alternating stretch in your neck. Now, when the hips go back, lift the sacrum up. When the hips come forward, when the shoulders go back, the shoulder blades go back. When the hips come back, the shoulder blades sink down and away from the spine. The shoulders drop down and forward. So your shoulder girdle is going to do the opposite of what your hips are going to do in terms of forward and back momentum. Let's reverse the directionality. Now stand with the feet slightly wider apart. Now transfer your weight from side to side and come up on the toe of the empty leg. Empty leg is the leg that's not bearing weight. So the heel of the empty leg is going to come off the ground. So now the circle is increasing in horizontal amplitude. You can also increase how far forward you come, how far back you go. So you're making this wide circle. It's a little bit like a slow motion hula hoop. Reversing the direction. Deep, full breaths. All right, good. And then just come into Wuji, just stand, just breathe. Ignore me. I'm just going to check this computer to see how the flow is looking here. All right, I think we're good. So taking deep, full breaths. Drop down a little bit, standing Wuji. And just tune into your energy field. Feel the space of the energy. Notice how you feel. Continue taking deep, full breaths. Today we're going to work with breathing into the spine periodically as we go through different Qigong exercises. So right now, feel into your sacrum, the lower portion of your spine right down in your pelvis. See if you can breathe into your sacrum as you breathe in. And as you breathe out through your sacrum. Now, I don't want to suggest any kind of directionality to this or any kind of imagery to this. So however it occurs to you is fine. Breathing into the sacrum, breathing out of the sacrum. But see if you can feel for something coming into the sacrum as you breathe in and something moving out of the sacrum as you breathe out. All right, good. Stand a little bit wider. And now turning, keep the legs straight. Put your hands on your hips and just see what it's like to turn your hips, turn your hips, turn your hips. And then the other way, turn the hips, turn the hips, turn them a little bit more, a little bit more. As you turn your hips, and of course your waist is turning, also rotate your thighs. And just explore that motion. Rotating, moving through. And now we're going to, as we turn, lean a little bit, but continue making that full turn and exploring, coming forward as you do that. We're basically doing a much slower entry into a movement that we always do in Juju Yangshan. But just taking our time to gradually come down. Deep, full breaths. All right, good. Now I'm going to mirror you. Step to your left side. Let the hands come down your legs as far as they can go, keeping your back, your spine straight and pulsing through the position. And coming out 20, 30 degrees as if your face was now extending towards your foot. Keep your feet parallel. Press on the inside line of the foot, pulse through. And now start to drop the elbow down. You can take the hand and place it on the elbow and see what that's like to just bring that elbow down. And coming to the other side. Keep the feet parallel on the inside line. Press that inner line in. Pulse through it. See what it's like to turn your hips a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then face towards the top of the foot. And then drop the elbow down. Push the knee back. All right. And come right into the middle. Sink down, down from the hips. And now start to circle the head. If you're wearing a hat like me, your hat will probably fall off. Oops, so we'll get your piece. Circling the head. Reversing the direction. Now bringing the hands down. Let's extend the hands forward. Push the butt back. Just hang out in this position for a minute and breathe into it. Sink through your shoulders so that your chest pulses down towards the floor. Your upper back, the thoracic spine, pulses, stretches inward. All right, good. Now let's roll out over the hands, making these horizontal circles with the chest out over the hands. Just embrace the sensations. If you need to keep your hands flat, that's okay. If you can come up on your fingers, that's even better. And reversing. All right, coming back. Bring the hands back in between your feet. And lift up your hands so that you're just pressing through the knuckles, rotate, release the neck. Now reversing the circle, moving through your sacroiliac joints so the one hip goes up as the other goes down, alternating. And now place the hands flat, straight the arms. Now you're going to be rotating through the wrist joints. Keep rotating your head, keep the legs straight. Come forward, stretch your spine forward, and you'll feel the stretch going through the wrist joints. This particular sequence of working with the hands and the fingertips is very specific to He Ren and a specific acupuncture lineage in China, where these hand Qigongs were used for massage therapists and acupuncturists in China so that the Qi becomes strong in the hands don't get injured. All right, good. And just bending the knees, coming down. Transferring to the right side. Now take one hand, put it behind you. Push the knee back with the elbow if you want to, and then bring the spine straight up and turn the hips and the waist towards your extended leg. And let's go to the other side. So one hand is going to go behind you, one hand in front of you. That's a little different than we've done before. That's a little Master Jia, new variation. Last time I worked with him. And now let's go into this. We're just going to slide down the leg, pulse through it. And the other side. And then come to the other side and maybe reaching with both hands towards your extended foot, pulsing. And the other side. Good. And now rolling the foot up, press down on the hip. And then the knee, and the ankle, and then reach to the outside of the foot. Pull the foot up towards you, pulsing. Other side. Press down into the hip, and the knee, and the ankle, and then pulling the foot towards you. Good. And now coming into this position, this hand pulls back, elbow pushing back, this hand pushes forward, and then extend forward through the hand, and spinning around. Extend forward through the hand, and the other side, pulsing, extend forward without rising up too high. Switch around. Extend forward. Good. Got to get my hat back on. Let's come up into Gongbu. Pulse through it. Pick up the back foot. Drop the knee down. Sit straight back, drop the knee down, front knee. On the other side. Pick up the back foot, drop the back knee down, pulse forward with the front leg, back with the back leg. Make that stretching movement simultaneous through the two legs. And then sit straight back. Good. Okay, good. Nice little bit of Juju Yang Sheng. You have a Pikachu all, because I can't see any of you, which is sad. I may have to change this webinar to some system where I can actually see people. But for now, I'm assuming you're all still with me. And now we're going to go into standing Qigong. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Sit down so that you're slightly bent at the knee. Roll the thighs outwards. Let the sacrum extend downwards. When you let the sacrum extend downwards, you elongate the lumbar spine, and naturally your sacrum is going to kind of take out the inward locked curve without doing this, right? So just by letting the sacrum down, it's going to just elongate the lumbar spine. Take a deep breath into your belly. Drop your chin down, lift the back of the head up, lift your hands up, sink your shoulders down. If you sink your shoulders down and you drop the chin down but lift the back of the head, you'll take that inward curve gently out of your neck, not by compressing it, but by stretching it. So at this point, your lumbar spine is elongated, your cervical spine is elongated. Now in this position, I want you to feel into your thoracic spine. So your thoracic spine is the entire length of your spine from the base of your neck down to about the level of your navel. These are all the vertebrae that have ribs attached, to just a little bit above the level of your navel, if you were to feel it back. In order to feel this, you can take a deep breath and let your ribs open up. Open up to the sides, open up in the back, and you'll feel your thoracic spine, because those ribs articulate with the thoracic spine in the back. Now I want you to breathe into the thoracic spine, drawing chi into it as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, let the chi move out of it. Observing your mind. Observing the sensations of your body. Surrendering to the sensations. Let them be just what they are. If you're getting too much discomfort in your shoulders, just notice the label too much and just say yes to it. It's just sensations. Deep, full breaths. Bring the hands up to the level of the face. Let's bring our hands down for a minute. Bring them down into this position where you lift the fingers and you press the hands down, sink the shoulders down. And just drain any tension out of your shoulders down through the base of your palms. Now let's bring the hands up to this position where the hands are just a little bit above the head, facing outwards. Sit down. It's okay if your body shakes. It's okay if you feel discomfort. Relax the pelvic floor muscles, relax the anal sphincter, relax the belly, the inside of the belly, relax the shoulders, but keep the hands up. You can keep the hands elevated and sink and relax the shoulders. And start to gather the chi with your breath. As you start to move into the standing Qigong zone, you may start to notice that you can feel your breath gathering itself from under the ground. Put your mind down underneath your feet and breathe in from there. Open the hands, sink the shoulders, drop the chin down, sit down, roll the thighs out. Make sure that your knees are right over your feet. You don't want to have your knees rolled in. You don't want to have your knees past your toes. No. Bring the hands up, directly above your head. Now the palms are facing directly to the sky. Start to breathe from above your head. As you breathe out, let the chi roll down into your belly. Deep full breaths. All right, good. Bring the arms down. Let's go into a seated meditation phase for a few minutes. So get a chair and sit on the edge of a chair. Take some deep breaths. Well, let's focus on deep, full breathing. Breathe in, expand the belly, the solar plexus, the back of the chest. And breathe out, let the chi just flow down. Relax and sink down. Three-stage in-breath. Belly, solar plexus, back of chest, and then let the chest sink, the solar plexus sink, the belly expand and sink. Belly expands, solar plexus expands, back of chest expands, drop the chin down, lift the back of the head. Breathe out, let the chest drop, let the solar plexus sink, the belly expands and sinks. So it's kind of a three-stage rolling in-breath. Relax, let go on the out-breath. Now, as you breathe in, subvocalize the sound hum. And as you breathe out, subvocalize the sound ha. Now, whilst continuing to be seated, we're going to go into a little movement. So you're going to move the arms in a circle, coming up a little bit close to your body as you breathe in, moving away from your body as you breathe out. I'll turn my chair so you can understand the movement. Breathing in, the hands are coming up, and then breathing out, they're going to go out, down, and around. This is a circle. Breathing in, just very gently pulling on the stomach muscles a little bit. Breathing out, let the belly expand and sink. Pulling in on the stomach muscles, just gently, just a little bit. Not much needed. Breathing out, let the belly sink and expand and relax. Relax the muscles. As you start to open up this circulation, the chi is going to come flowing up your back, around your head, down the front of your body, out to your hands. Keep the motion of the belly. Belly gently pulling in as you breathe in. Also drop the chin down, lift the back of the head. And breathing out, the belly is going to relax, sink, expand. Relaxing your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Noticing as you breathe out and you relax the arms, notice the chi sensations moving around the hands. Notice the energy flow that moves from your belly through your hands. Notice the sensation of the energy field between your belly and your hands as your hands descend. Just keep noticing that. All right, good. Moving the chair away. Deep, full breaths. And just stand in a relaxed way for yourself. Feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to work with the spine. Opening the spine. So as you breathe in, you're going to arch your back a little bit. And as you breathe out, just let the back fold. I'm going to stand so that you can see the motion of my spine as I do this, breathing in. And then breathing out. Breathing in. Arching through the back, relaxing, breathing out. The spine is going to kind of fold over. Deep, full in breath. Really full breath. So how much chi can you absorb? How much breath can you breathe in? Just relax as you breathe out. Deep, full in breaths. Okay, we're going to work with some Qigongs for the 5 elements. We're going to start with the element of metal, and we're going to work with the Pichuan Qigong. So bring your feet a little closer together. Then now like a narrower shoulder width apart. Breathing in, I'm going to mirror you. Your left hand comes up and then extends forward. Breathing out. Breathing in, the right hand comes up and then extends forward. Breathing in, the left hand. Breathing in, the right hand. Breathe out as the arm descends and the body descends. Breathe in as the arm and the body ascend. Breathe out as they descend. Deep, full in breath. Belly, solar plexus, chest. Don't puff up the front of your chest. Breathe fully into the back and the sides of your chest. But don't overly force the front of the chest. Let it be relaxed.
This is a Qigong for the Qi of metal. Now, the Qi of metal is Qi. It's not metal. Metal in our world is this crystalline, solid structure. You can't really breathe that in, but you can breathe the Qi of metal in. The Qi of metal is this fluid. Like all forms of Qi, it has fluidity like water. And it has radiation, like waves of sound or light. So we're gathering the Qi of metal from under the ground. So as you start to breathe in, you're going to gather the Qi from under the ground, the Qi from the metals, the rocks, the crystals, the gems. And this is a fluid, sparkling energy. It's partly opaque, white colored, maybe also partly transparent, luminescent, iridescent. Deep, full breaths. And if you're having trouble connecting your mind and your imagining to the Qi of metal, just request that the intelligent forces that live inside this particular element, the air metal element, quickly respond to you and enable you to gather that Qi from under the ground and request that it flows into you and through you. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this more easily. Remember, when your right hand goes out, your weight is on your left side. When your left hand goes out, your weight is on your right side. You're transferring your weight from side to side. You're turning your waist and your hips as you sink your weight down onto the side. But you're keeping your head looking straight ahead. And you're keeping your hands moving in one line in front of you. One sort of vertical column in front of you. The hands are not going to the sides. The weight is going to the side. The hips are turning to the side. The waist is turning to the side. The hands and the head are staying focused in that central line. Now, as you take deep, full breaths, you can draw that Qi in with your imagination, with your intention, with your requesting, with your invoking of that energy, or with your evoking of it, with your imagination. And as this Qi flows through your body, it's going to bathe the insides of your body with beautiful, white, sparkling, flowing, liquid energy. And let it fill the entire insides of your body so that no part of your body is left out. Every cell, every tissue, every joint and every organ is filled with this white, sparkling and translucent, sparkling fields of energy. Now, the Qi of metal is also the Qi of air. So you can draw it from under the ground, and you can also draw it from the air and the sky and the clouds and the wind, from the atmosphere. And remember, you're drawing in the Qi of these things, which can flow to you in an unimpeded fashion through any physical objects. Drawing the Qi of the sky and the air and the clouds into your body. qi is aligned with types of intelligence. And we could say beings that live within those realms of qi. So as you invoke the air and you breathe in, intending to connect to the qi of the air, evoking those qualities with your imagination and your feeling, you create a resonance, a resonant connection to the beings that live in each side of the elements. And those beings are often quite disposed to be helpful to those people that take the time to actually be present to them, to feel them, and perhaps as importantly, to request them. Now, why do we want to spend any time focusing on the qi of metal and air? Is because that is the qi of your sinus cavities and your lungs, which are the organs that are going to deal with this qi. And of course, these are the organs that we want to bring healing to and strengthening to. This Pichuan Qigong is very simple and very safe. Can be practiced for quite long periods of time without in any way unbalancing the energies of the body. I think we're going to sit down now and do a meditation connected with this realm of qi. Now, when I teach these classes, sometimes I don't know exactly how it's going to go. And this is looking like one of those times where I'm just allowing it to come through me a little bit without too much following a preset pattern. So because we're working with the qi of metal and we just connected to it in a good way, now we're going to connect to another aspect of the lung system, the respiratory system, for our own healing. And this has to do with the ancestors. So there are many spiritual forces that human beings are connected to consciously or unconsciously. And the realm of the ancestors is an important one. It's my idea and the idea of a lot of different cultures that you're actually not separated from your ancestors by very much. That there is a continuous interplay and interaction between being embodied in a human body and beings that went before. There's kind of lineages of ancestors that every human being is connected to. Now, the qi of the ancestors is called zong qi and is believed in Chinese thinking to gather in the chest, to be quite connected to the lungs and, of course, the heart and the pericardium, but with a special connection to the lungs. So, when we connect to the realm of the ancestors, there is perhaps an existential sadness that can sometimes be felt. And in Chinese thinking, that type of existential quality of sadness, it's not quite sadness, is part of the feeling process of the lung system. There is also, when we connect to the ancestors, a kind of existential joy, which is part of the feeling system of the heart. So the lungs function psychologically is to process and release the sadness of loss. And so the energy of the lung in identifying releases into the expansive energy of compassion and love from the heart. When we let go of something or someone we love, some form that we love, we may go through a phase of grieving, and we release it, surrender it out. And then there is a kind of corresponding soothing or joy or deepening of a soul quality of being connected to oneself. This is a normal human function of feeling one's feelings. And allowing that process allows for health. So, as we sit here and we breathe deeply for a few minutes, we're just going to connect into the ancestor realm. And feel that quality of love that radiates from those beings in the spiritual planes that from some realm outside of time, as we experience it, continuously radiate down upon us a shower of love and support and the impulse for us to grow and to integrate and to heal. You might call that the influence of your beneficial ancestors. Just let yourself feel into that. Now, there's an idea in esoteric teachings that everybody has guardian angels. And about that, I would like to make a suggestion that you have a masculine and a feminine guardian angel. And right now, we're going to attune to our own particular and personal masculine and feminine guardian angel archetypes. So let's just play. I want you to imagine what a female angelic form would be like for you. That is the most beautiful, loving, intelligent, powerful, protective, supportive being that you could imagine, that is as if pouring light down upon you in a continuous shower of light. And just imagine that, feel that, and play with the imagining of that. Coming down around you, be like a shower of petals, or like a blossoms being blown from a tree and just pouring down around you, or little snowflakes, little sparkles. In Taoist thinking, the highest manifestations of the metal qi are the resonance of sound and the radiance of light. So this is a resonant and radiating quality. From the female guardian angel that is very personal and particular to you. Take some deep breaths. Now opening up your qi channel, this core channel of energy that runs right through your body. The Chongmai, or your Qi Chong, Tai Chi Po, many names for it. Breathing that beautiful energy from your female guardian angel down through the very core of you. Just feeling it, engaging, allowing your emotions to be touched and your sense of playfulness to be activated. Take a few deep breaths and let's just allow ourselves to move into connection with now a slightly different energy. Now we're going to work with the masculine guardian angel. So I want you to feel into and imagine and play with the idea that you are connected always and perhaps forever to a masculine being of light and love and guardianship, that there is a particular being that always holds your best interests in his heart. And from that realm which is outside of time, is continuously radiating onto you and into you a beneficent and strengthening and protective energetic field. And you can request your masculine guardian angel to be really present for you right now, and to allow you to open the energy centers in your body that are specially connected to the ancestral realms. These energy centers are your chest, the regions of your chest, and also the region of your shoulder blades, turning your palms, palm up, your wrists, so now letting yourself play in this rain of sparkling particles, this blossom fall, this flow of sparkling particles from the realm where your masculine guardian angel rules and guides and guards and loves. And inspires. Down all around you, all around your body, and then activating that column of energy that runs right through you, feeling that connection right through the central column of energy in your body. Now, take a few deep breaths. Reach the hands up and then flow them down. Just going to do a little pulling down the heavens motion. Connecting now to the female and the male guardian angels. Letting their energies harmonize together, move through you, move through you. Now, why do we want to connect to these realms? Well, we want to connect to the guardian angel realms because it's so helpful. But the ancestor realms is an interesting relationship in that it's a two-way street. Part of what we're doing here in space, in time, in the cycle of our breathing from the moment of our first breath until that moment of our last breath, is we are working through and working out karma that is ancestral, as well as karma that is perhaps personal, if anything is really personal. And so we are in a relationship with our ancestors where we actually function in some ways to help them, and they function in some ways to help us. much of the energetic architecture, so to speak, of our connections to that realm occur through our breath, and perhaps more so through the breath inside the breath. It is interesting to notice that every year on this planet, probably around 500,000 people die of the flu. Sorry, that seems like an abrupt change of subject, but it's relevant to this. So the vast majority of those people that pass away from the flu are very elderly, and they need an exit strategy. Nature has to keep rolling. As some of the newer generations have playfully called the coronavirus, they've called it the boomer remover. And it is, 100,000 people have died from coronavirus, you know, so far, but about 500,000 people die every year from flus in general anywhere. That's as best as medical science can currently figure it out, something like that. It varies quite a bit from year to year. And this is kind of a normal way that human beings will leave this realm, because as we get to a really advanced state of age and illness, the lungs could be quite fragile. And so with that breathing, as it fades out, we have this return back to the ancestor realms, and the last breath is breathed and boom, the spirit goes out. And it's actually natural. But hey, we don't want to go prematurely. So in this time of pandemic play, there are many spiritual energies available, because humanity is kind of in this group process of staying home. And what is home? Well, home is just home is our eternal being, our eternal nature. Home is that which we reside in. Home is not our vehicle, so it's not our body. It's definitely not our physical house. It's a bit more connected to our family and our loved ones and all our relations, because home is also deeply relational. So there's something so beautiful about humans kind of coming home right now. And as we do that, I think making conscious the process of everything that is involved with what it means to be in this cycle of breathing, and how to raise our vibration so that we're in the flow of healing. Is relevant right now. So I just wanted to bring in this meditation of the ancestors, which I invite you to partake in whilst opening the chi channels of the lungs. Okay, I think I'm going to open up the phone lines, as they say on the radio. I'm just going to give people permission to talk. If you feel ready to. I'm gonna unmute you if I can. Some of you I can, and some of you I can't. I guess, Pega, I can't. No, I guess you're all, some of you are getting unmuted. I think you're unmuted. Hi, can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Jolly good. Who am I speaking to?
More of us is Cindy.
Hi.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to say hi before I bug out of here.
This is Betsy.
Hey, Betsy, you're back.
I'm back.
Okay. Would you like, Betsy, I can make the recording of this session available if you like.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and then I'm going to switch to the Monday class for Qigong as per your request. I'll send out an announcement tomorrow. I'll move my schedule around and I'll do a full Qigong class on Monday.
Thank you.
Whilst you were gone, we had a focus on breath, the metal chi, and the ancestor realms. And we really just did quite a lot of sitting and meditating with that. So this is kind of a, perhaps a little bit of an unusual Qigong class in that sense, but I just felt that that was what was sort of calling me to work with. Also, because I know the audience right now, just looking at who's on this webinar. So there you have it, gang.
Hey, that was awesome.
You're very welcome. Hey, Pega, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Good. You
Yeah, it
followed
was wonderful.
Good. I want to encourage you to track it along a little bit. Play with this. The Qigong, but also the accessing of the ancestral Qi and the accessing of the guardian angel Qi. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then
Yes.
I'll make this recording available probably tomorrow, and I'll shoot it out via email to everybody.
So when is the next class?
Well, I'm going to do Qigong on Monday.
Okay.
And I think probably from 7 to 8:30, which is our standard Qigong time. I think I need to sort of put that back in place. And then I think I'm going to do a talk on Thursday because I've got a whole slew of stuff.
Okay, so you send us the link. Yeah.
Say again?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
said, so you'll send us the link to register.
Yeah, I will. I'll send out links, and I'm going to try and get my act together to do it tomorrow rather than like an hour before.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
okay. Thanks.
I need to get on top of that a little bit more. All
No,
right,
it's
people. Love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
I'm going to close up the meeting.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.